Good morning, everyone. This is Becky here at Aunt Beck's Creations, and I've kind of got myself crowded up here on the table. So we're going to do the best we can. I'll move my mouse over to the side. I pulled out some Mars Black paint, and I'm just going to put a little on this Pringles lid. And then I got a variety of small brushes out. I've also pulled out my, good morning, Peg, Posca pen storage here. And I wish I could find some more of those at the thrift store. That container is really nice. So we're going to play with this some. I thought about getting a little piece of paper, but I think I'll just paint the corner of his ear on there with one of the paint brushes, and we'll go from there. I'm kind of cramped on time now because she needs this, before Christmas, which is day after tomorrow. So I'm just going to put a little glob of black paint. We don't need a lot. And I'm just going to do just a tiny bit of touch-ups here and there. I want to cover. I thought about doing this with the Posca pen, and then I thought, no, I'll just use paint and call that good enough. So I'm just going to do some touch-ups. Let's see if we can just paint a corner back on his ear here. So it's really cold here this morning. They said it was supposed to get down as low as 26 degrees. Hasn't got there yet. I think the last time I looked, it was 34. That don't look too bad doing that. And then I'll just take and we'll dab some paint along on the white bits. Scott had to work today, but then he's off for the rest of the week. And he got all the tile cut for all the, hard to fit areas. So when he goes to do more of the tiling, everything's cut to fit. He's just got to set the tile out of the way, and then he can go in and just set tile into mortar. It should go relatively quick since everything is cut, but that's what we think, and then it doesn't work out that way. Oh, I would so like to have all of the things fixed and just live in the house. But that's not really how it goes, is it? I mean, houses always need something done to them. You think, oh, I'm going to buy a house. Well, your work is never done when you have a house. We do have to get the plumber back to attach everything because Scott doesn't have the tools for that new piping and all of the I want to say PVC, but I don't know what it is, but he doesn't have the tools to do all that. And so we'll call the plumber back, and the remodeling company knows where to find the plumber we had been using because we couldn't reach him for some reason. And I think he's gone into business for himself now. So our remodel guy is going to get us back in contact with our plumber guy that had done all of the original, rework on the bathroom for us. Hi, Heather. Good morning. Just touching up some of the black here and there. Hopefully it doesn't look too atrocious. And I can fix some of it with the Posca pens if I don't like how it looks. So Scott's basically going to work today. I don't know who all will be there, but he took Miss Rita's hat. I got to meet all the people that he talks with each day at the Christmas party, and they were all tickled with the hats and dishcloths I'd sent in. And they were all thanking me for my hard work. You know, people being nice and polite. It's like that channel, what is it called? Something Southern Life, where they always say, there's always time to be polite. Oh, Heather, you win for the coldest place, 6 degrees. Oh, no thanks. Now I am going to do the stitch hour today, starting at 2 o'clock. And I won't have to rush to get a meal prepared because I still have so much leftovers in the fridge. When Greg cooks too, he takes up all that space in the fridge. There's something stuck to it right there. Probably a cat hair. Oh, you guys, I feel so horrible. I forgot and left Howard out on the porch last night. He's been very upset with me. This brush doesn't hold a lot of paint, which is kind of good when you're trying to like put in little hairs and things. So he's been sticking to me because he's cold and he wants me to know I mistreated him so badly, you know. Heather is up Halifax. In Canada. So Heather, inquiring minds want to know, are you going to do the pom-pom chair? Let me turn Felix around toward you guys a bit. See, there is something stuck in there. Oh, you know what it is? The paper's coming up. Okay, hang on. I think my glue thing is plugged up. Oh, there we go. Well, I had it coming up. That's Scotch quick dry, so hopefully it'll stick it down. That's the kind of thing you find when you're doing the touch-up stuff with a paintbrush. I used to have one of those wicker chairs like that, but when I moved in with Scott, and then we moved after the first place we got together, which the first Christmas gathering we went to was just down the street where we first lived together. So that was kind of interesting. And I got rid of that chair when we moved the next time. Okay, now just under this gray area, it really needs to have his nose as black as it can be. And then the nostrils are in here. I could probably get them on better with the Posca pen. But it's something like that. And then he's really dark down through here. Sorry, I get quiet when I'm concentrating. And I wanted to cover up that piece. Let me get this a little closer here. Well, it looks cool. But I was just thinking, maybe you're done with making pom-poms after all those that you made for that pretty wreath. And I noticed that Janet Nash, instead of going live at 9 today, she has a video that is going to be released at 9. I guess she's doing some Christmas with her family, which is expected. We're supposed to do Christmas with our families. Oh, okay. Yeah, when you have to get up, it's hard to stay awake. But then the other days when you don't have to be up, your body goes, "Hey, you need to get up anyway." Of course, I have feline waker-uppers alarms. They're like, "We need to be fed. You can't possibly think you're going to sleep when we need to be fed." I still don't like this real gray piece, so I'm just going to cover it up. Put a little paint on it, maybe knock it back a little bit. I'm getting warm in this robe under these lights. Might have to get rid of the robe. Just be in my PJs. It's getting too hot. I did bump the heat up because it's been so cold. I keep checking to see if Bernadette would like to go out, but she's out in her crate, so I'm just gonna let her sleep as long as she wants to. She don't want to be put outside right now. I think it's the whole thing. I think she knows how cold it is, even with her coat on, which I think I need to make her a more substantial coat. It kind of works really good to spread the paint out with your finger. I'll probably have a big old black spot. I've been marked with the dot. Isn't that something? Doesn't that mean something to the pirate community? If you get a black spot on you, does that mean you're marked? Now I'm just making things up as I go along, so. I got to thinking, I need to see. I know Rhonda said as soon as she turned in, Rhonda's my sister, for anybody new. One of my sisters. I have 3 sisters. I wonder if Robin is off, because I know Rhonda said once her grades were turned in, she'd be free to do something over the holidays. And I think I want to come back up here and maybe spread some of this paint over the edges of the things. I like that better. Maybe down here do that too. Softens it. Well, I hope Ron's tune-up goes well. Scott has an eye appointment on Thursday, day after Christmas. If I go quiet, I'm sorry. I just do. Some of that I'll clean up with Posca pen too. I often think I should have some music on. Oh dear. Now, do y'all plug your car in? I know some people plug their cars in where, cold climates are. Do you have a way to plug it in? I don't remember us ever doing that in New York. I'm sure there were some mornings my uncle wished that we did. But we only ever left especially the females in the family, we only left the farm to go to the grocery store once a month. And if we had to go anywhere else, we were kind of shit out of luck because nobody drove. And then when my Uncle Ray got married the second time, his wife Diane, she drove, and she would take Grandma to the store once a month. And the only time I ever left really much, because it wasn't necessary for me to go, was on the school bus to school. So I grew up pretty isolated. I think that's why I find crowds so overwhelming. I'm just not used to them. It takes me, I told Scott, I said, I'm about done with crowds. I'm glad we're done with Christmas parties, because 2 days in a row of having to be social exhausted me. It's really hard for me to be social. My father-in-law used to say, I'm not no social butterfly. And I could relate to that. All right. So stick that in the water. I'll get a wet one. I know I've got some here. So now in the picture, it shows that the cat is wearing it looks like a gray collar. And I had thought about putting some blades of grass with paper, but I'm having second thoughts about that. I have a green Posca pen. I might just put maybe go over some of the greens that are already on here and just bring them back to the forefront or whatever of this. Oh, okay. Doesn't seem to be the battery though. Oh dear. If it's not rolling over, that sounds like either your alternator or the battery, depending on the age of the car. Something else I did want to do before I pull the Poscas out, I want to get my colored pencils, because on the eyes, you probably aren't going to be able to see this, there's a little bit of orangish color. This picture shows it better, where there's a shadow in his eyes. And on the blown up picture, it shows up a little more. I'm going to grab those. I've got to quit stacking stuff. But it's so easy just to stack it. All right, I don't want to use watercolor pencils. That would not work out well when it comes to the clear coat. Still trying to decide how the clear coat's going to happen when it's so cold outside. I generally do that outside because I usually will spray it with a spray and then do the other stuff. I'm going to use this kind of pumpkin orange to put a little shadow on the eye. Oops. So if I come in here and we just drop a little bit of shadow line in there. And I know it doesn't have it on this eye in the picture, but I'm going to do a little bit. Just to make that eye look a little bit more alive. Maybe just put a few little marks with the oranger pencil. Little specks, because I know my cats, they have all kinds of things going on in their eyeballs. I'm not trying to put down a ton of color. I just want a little bit of variance added to give the eyes a little bit more depth. It probably doesn't look like I'm doing much of anything on the screen. All right. Bernie, you ready to go out? I think she's starting to grunt around over there. My old lady dog. All right. Let me get here to the back. Trying to decide what to do about the silver ring. I will probably, let's see here, use a silver Posca pen. All right. Yeah, I need to let the dog out. Hang on. She's stirring, and I'll have to put her necklace on. And give me just a second. Thanks. Thanks, Anne. Good morning. Peg had to run. Okay. All right. Bernie, you ready to go outside? Come on, honey. Wake up. She's like, no, it's cold out there. Hey, good morning. Come here. Over here. Honey, right here. Come on. Gotta step over your blanket. Yeah. Stretch it out, girlfriend. Stretch it out. All right. Yeah, I know. It's really cold outside, honey. Come on. You're going to need your coat on. All right, come on. Let me get your coat on. I know. You're not awake yet. Hang on. Hang on. We got to snap your coat on. Oh, so sleepy. Good morning. she's she's so funny in the mornings. Yeah. You know what? Poor Howard got left on the porch last night. So he can relate. Come on, sweetheart. This way. I know you can feel that cold air. Honey, you can't stretch on this floor. I don't have the rugs down. Come on. Down you go. Step down. Down. Come on. Whew. Whew, that'll wake you up. So I am planning to do, I'm going to slip my robe back on. I am planning to do the stitch hour today, and we have a new member that Renee invited, that somebody that watches Renee. Not sure if she watches me, but she's been added to the chat. She's in Australia, so I don't know what time it'll be for her. It'll probably be nearly Christmas Eve. I really need a black with a sharper point. Let's see if I've got a sharp pencil sharpener in this bag here. I did end up having to go to Michael's to get the matte medium, though, because I was talking with some people in the comments, and one of y'all mentioned that some of the glues would wrinkle. So I was like, well, I really need to go. And what was really bad is I should have gone on Saturday, because they had the art mediums like that. You buy one, you get one 50% off. And that would have been a little bit of savings, but I paid full price. Oh, and I don't like that Michael's has gone to self-checkout. Burns me up. Might not ever go again. Just saying. All right, I'm going to use the black to do some of the darken the areas like the top of the nose here. And fudge it out into that grayed out area a little bit. It's all about just adding a little bit of variance into the background. Make some little marks so they look like hairs. Maybe add a little bit of shadowy bit, real light touch on the ears with some circular motion. You can also use a Stabilo all, and wet it and spread it out. But that has a chance of moving when you put your clear coat on, I've found. Let me get kind of a purple shade in the ear. Maybe even out some of this where the white paper is showing. These Prismacolor pencils, it really is about adding layers. You don't want to try to push for a solid color with them. Too much pressure and you put too much down, and once you put it down, you can't take it back. It's better to do little circular motions. You can see how that covered up these white bits. And there's only so much of this waxy consistency pencil that the paper will accept. So if you've put a bunch down and you want to blend with another color, you've really kind of messed yourself up because you've already filled the paper's abilities with the one color. Let me come back with some black, and I might get a lighter purple too. I just want to darken these edges a little bit. I have all these pencils pulled out, and I'm going to have to put them back. I really need something more like this one. Let's sharpen it here. You're sewing a bird. Awesome. I shared a link to a gal named Rebecca in my group for anybody wanting to add to your stitch repertoire. She took a small piece of felt and she felted a bird on it, and she used roving, and she used bits of a tweed that she'd cut up, and the little bird turned out so cute. So if you're in my Facebook group, I put the link in there, but her name is Rebecca, or maybe I did it as a channel shout out on my community tab. I'm having trouble remembering because it's been a busy weekend. And this on this side has a real light section that I want to put in there. Kind of blend in the colors a little bit. This one, the purple really needed to come way over here, but you know, it's not, so I'm not going to worry about it. All right, and then she's got this here. Not sure why she's got that purpley bit right there, and then actually on the nose here, there's a little bit of purpley kind of looking spot comes up there. And then over the top of the nose. Okay. Add a little bit of darkness to this. Put some little wispy bits with the pencil, and then I'll do some with Posca pen as well. And like that, some comes up. She doesn't really have a lot coming from the outer edge of the ear. It's all from like the center bits. I think Greg's home from Rachel's. All right. I'm still don't know what to do with the whole collar situation. His cheek is here, and you can see some little hairs come off the back of his head here. So you could add those, and then there's a few come up here. And you could put some off his cheek over here. And there's whiskers, and we'll put some whiskers on him. But there's usually little dots, you know, where the whiskers come out. So I'll put a few of those in here just to represent that. And maybe put a few little hairs come off the end of his paws. Oh dear, that's not glued down right there. Yeah. I don't think I can get the glue under there. Put a few little hairs come up here and there. All right. I don't know, should I draw a collar on it or just make it a kind of a, let's do the rings for the little bell first. And they're in silver. And there's like one ring comes up like this. And then you got another ring that kind of comes up to the head and then stops. Good morning, Greg. All right. Maybe we could just leave it like that and pretend there's maybe a ribbon that runs up under there instead of having all of that collar business going on. That might be what I do. And let's see. I'll move this picture. Good morning, Kim. I saw you've got your live set up. And that's at 8:30, I think. And again, for anybody that's just coming in, Janet Nash is not doing a live today at 9, but she has a video coming out at 9, and it's going to be another like journal type thing. All right. I don't really have any metallic copper color like the little bell is. So we're going to have to fake it with orange because I don't have any other choice. That's why. Cole, don't be a jerk. We might let that be what the bell is. Just let that be it. Well, I'm going to clear coat this. So I don't know that I want to put actual ribbon on it. If I did that, I'd want to punch a hole in the canvas to take it to the back, but I don't think I'm going to do that. But that's a good idea. Let's see. Let's use some of this yellow Posca pen and put in some lighter values like she's got. He has some lighter value right in this area. And then some on this eye in that same area. Maybe a little bit toward the top too. On that eye. This eye has it up further. Whoever's playing in the water in there needs to stop it. All right. And then, of course, we've got to do the whole once you start adding this kind of stuff to it, this is what brings them alive here. I've got we go. there. And then what do you want, Coleman? What? It's not all about you. That's his. Well, it should be. What are you doing, man? What's up? What's up today, buddy? Meh. What? All right, this is, we need to put some hairs. Like so. And then these hairs have to come out from the middle of the ear here. And then you'll see just a little bit of hairs coming out from the ears. Oh, I don't like that. Oh, I don't like that at all. The more I try to fix it, the worse it gets. The struggle is real, people. Let's see if I've got something. Oh, now I'm sweating again. Ugh. Cole, you came in with Greg. Why don't you go back there where Piper is and bother them? No. You're what? Wow. What? Just a minute. I don't know how that's going to work where it's not stuck down. But black cats don't have a lot of white hairs, so it's hard to make this kind of look like his nose has some texture on it. And then you got some little whiskers. Little whiskers. I think I'm on the verge of saying, I think I'm close to done here. The birds have found that I have filled the bird feeders. I can hear them out there. The cardinals are the loudest. They're like, so maybe we'll darken a little bit on the pupil of opposite side where the highlight is. See if that helps the eye look more like it has depth. I feel like the nose needs something. Well, what do y'all think? Should I sign it and say done, and I'll clear coat it off screen? So this is Felix the cat, and this is Felix the cat. Did I get it close enough, do you think? What do you guys think? Oh, you know what I was going to do? I was going to bring some of the green grass back to life in the background. We can do that real quick. Let me put some of this up. Keep that white pen out. I have a green pen or two. I have 2 shades of green. I'm going to put some of these away. So I see you, buddy. I know I left you out on the porch. You're just not going to let me live it down, are you? You're going to work the system all day. The guilt system. We've got some grass up here behind his head. I like that. It's Diane. Hello. Oh, let me ask Diane. If it is 2 p.m. Eastern USA time, what time would that be for you? Because we have a lady joining us from down under for our stitch hour today. I'm just wondering what time she's looking at. I could look it up if I wasn't online. I mean live, put it that way. I kind of like the brass bits. All right. These go in. Ooh, that's not a pleasant sound. All right. Now I'm thinking I might like to do a little bit of doodling on the background. 10:30 p.m. Oh, okay. Let's use our white Posca. And just for fun, we'll bring out some on the stencils. And these are not going to be perfect because it's on a canvas and it's Posca pen. And they like to splutter and carry on. I will sign it before I clear coat it so that my signature's under the clear coat. But I will have to set this aside to dry somewhere. And I'm hoping it warms up enough today to do the clear coat. What is it, Cole? I think I covered the other one up, the little spiral I had, which, yeah, there's another one here. Careful, Howard. Howard's like, I need extra loving today because you left me on the porch. When he went out, I thought, I'll forget him, and then I did. I forgot about poor Howard. Now the dots come over the side here. So let's see if I can do some of them around the side here. All right. Let's see. I could sign him on his leg. Do I have a smaller white pen open? I do. Let's see if either of these writes worth a hoot. That one looks like I've gotten gold glitter glue or something on it. I've probably plugged the tip. Cole, you can wait just a minute. Now, that one's not flowing very good. Oh, it's 10:30 p.m. now. All right, so let's see, 7:30, 8:30, 9:30, 10:30, 11:30, 12:30, 1:30. So 7 hours from now, it could be early morning for her. That might actually work out good for her. I'm just going to put 1224 on it. All right. All it needs is clear coat, and I'm going to call it done. And hopefully the recipient that gets it in the long run will enjoy it. And yeah. And we call it the stitch hour, but I think we did an hour one time. The other times we just kept chit-chatting and stitching and stuff. I'm trying to determine if I want to crochet some more things to give as gifts to my in-laws or not. I might go with things I have on hand. I might actually pull out, if I can get to it, the pot holder loom. I might pull that out and do some pot holders up today, if I can get to it. Like I said, all my stuff is in the back room. I'm also wondering if I should go around the blades of grass with some black to draw them out more. I'll think on that before I do it. All right. So thank you guys. So now, Heather, you have to do the black dog. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for hanging with me this morning, and I'll see you around. Join Kim at 8:30. Okay. Bye.